Hey everybody, Mike Naso here from podweather.com with an update on Hurricane Dolly. And as of 10 p.m. Central Time, Dolly was located at 25.1 north, 96.0 west. Maximum winds were up a little bit to 80 miles an hour, gusting up towards 95, and it's continuing to slow down and move northwest at 981 millibars. That pressure continues to drop, and we're generally looking at landfall over the next, say, 12 to 18 hours or so as it moves on in. By the time this time tomorrow, it should be inland, weakening as a tropical storm. Now, we do have watches and warnings out, hurricane warnings all the way from Corpus all the way down into northern Mexico, and then watches and warnings for tropical storm force winds beyond that, because you can see the wind radius with this system. The tropical storm force winds will likely impact Corpus Christi, and those hurricane force winds could well impact Brownsville. It's really going to be close. Right now, if you had to say a landfall, it's too early, probably extreme northern Mexico, but that does not mean that hurricane force winds will not affect South Texas, so we're going to have to watch this very, very closely indeed. You can see the latest IR4 imagery as we saw Dolly become a hurricane. Now, note at the beginning here how it was starting to wrap right around the center. It was looking very favorable. And then towards the end, it starts to get a little bit more ragged. The eye is down here, yet we have a cool spot up here. A lot of people might look at this and think this is the eye. It's actually here. And it's a little bit more ragged. It's not as organized. That's because we do have an upper level low, and that upper level low, as you can see on this image, is kind of flattening out the western edge a little bit and not allowing for some good fanning out to occur. Now that upper low may decrease, so by the time, say 12 hours from now, the center is nearing the coast, we may see a better outflow pattern and more deepening. Again, it's forecast to get to 90 miles an hour, which is only 10 miles an hour stronger than it is now, and so it could be a little weaker or a little stronger than that forecast. Now, the latest radar out of Brownsville, you can see, continues to show the eye. Right at the end there, note how it's totally wrapped up, and we do have the eye wall there. But the eastern side, still, there's some dry air. Again, not all that well organized. If it could kind of get wrapped up a little bit more, we'd probably see more strengthening. But again, with this inner core established, the strengthening could be a little bit more quick, and overnight we'll see just how strong Dolly gets. Now, you can see the motion continues to be generally northwestward, and it's expected to move west-northwest and then turn west. And if that happened, it would be pretty much right where that red dot is, and that's the U.S.-Mexico border. So again, this is going to be very close to decide whether the official landfall, the center of the eye, comes in northern Mexico or South Texas or right on the border. Either way, if you take the eye wall itself, this whole area could well impact both northern Mexico and South Texas, so we're going to have to watch that. Again, the track forecast is pretty straightforward, generally northwest with a slowdown as it's coming ashore. So if it slows down and stays over water longer, it could be stronger than it is now. And it's been traversing a little bit of a cool water eddy, which is why it may not be strengthening as quick as it might do overnight and before landfall. Again, upper level winds are very favorable, with the exception of kind of a outflow restriction to the west. There is an anticyclone right over the top of it, and that is providing good ventilation off towards the southeast and a good condition right over the top of the system to strengthen. So the impacts from Hurricane Dolly as it stands: landfall either late in the morning or early afternoon tomorrow, Wednesday, maybe around noonish, a little sooner, a little before or after, expected to strike right near the Texas-Mexico border. Winds could be sustained near 90 miles an hour, a strong Cat 1 with gusts over 110, which could mean gusts could be approaching Category 2 or 3 strength, especially if the system's ramping up as it's making landfall. Storm surge flooding up to 6 to 8 feet near and to the north of the center, with that rainfall potentially up to 15 inches or more as Dolly moves in and slows down. Again, you can see the center of circulation is right here, and it continues to move slowly northwest, expected to turn westward right there and make landfall somewhere right near the border, and we'll see just how strong Dolly gets overnight. It's already an 80-mile-an-hour hurricane, so it's going to be a potent little thing as it moves in, but we can always see these hurricanes tighten up a little faster, a little slower, weaken fast, strengthen fast. We'll see what Dolly does. I'm Mike Naso from podweather.com. Stay tuned to IPR365.com for continuing live coverage of Dolly until after it's made landfall. Stay tuned to Internet Partnership Radio for continuing live coverage of Hurricane Dolly. You can also check out podweather.com for more updates and analysis as Dolly approaches.